hello, boa tarde.
Hello, boa tarde.
Hello, boa tarde. So this afternoon we have Livia. She's Brazilian, living in Malta. She's the second guest on our Far From Home, a talk with a friend abroad. If you want to be one of our next guests, please be in touch to our Facebook page or my personal profile. Livia, welcome. So how and why you ended up in Malta from Brazil?
Yeah, I arrived here. I'm Livia, and I arrived here in December of the last year. So I'm new in Malta. I just arrived, and just when I mean life.
Welcome, Desiree.
Yeah. Yeah. This is children.
We just saw before what is happening now. It also that we see all our human side. You also see businessmen with cats, dogs.
Yeah, this is how to work at home office. It's
not working home office.
Yeah, this is the real life. This is not just the company life, the enterprise life. So we arrived here with my family, my husband and my daughter. She's 2.5 years old. And we just arrived here. I'm psychologist in Brazil, and we came to here. There I used to work with HIV patients in a health center, and a public health center, because in Brazil there is a public and private hospitals and health centers, so it was a public one. And then we arrived to here to try a better life for our family and our daughter, and to get another goals together. That's why I'm here. So we just arrived here, and I'm doula too there in Brazil. Here we are talking about how to complete and to be allowed everything here, because my certificate and all this stuff, there is a process to do this. And that is it.
And then it was kind of after a few months, then we had unfortunately this situation of the coronavirus. And how was for you? Because we're all far from home. For some is far, more far, and also for you was a recent migration, so was not so long that you were living in another country. So how it was, how you're following the news, your friends, your family?
Yeah, I was before the quarantine here, I was just to realize that I was doing my grief, because when you change our country, you have to do the grief. So I saw that I'm not. I love meat. The vegans, sorry me, but I really like meat. And then here I didn't like. I just couldn't eat the meat here. I don't know why. And so I realized that I didn't make all the grief that we did when we moved the country, because it's normal. It's a loss. Even when you want this a lot, but it's a grief. You lost your family, you lost your friends, you lost the things. They know how the things going on. Here you don't know the laws, you don't know nothing, and then you have to learn everything and to try to do the right things, and how can I do this and how can I do that, because it's not the same. The culture, the laws, everything is different from your country. That one you know a little bit, because even our country don't know everything. But
and your country is so big.
Yeah, and then when the quarantine here started before the Brazil, and when it started here, for me it was okay in the beginning, but then I'm still in the WhatsApp group from my work before at the health center, and then I started to see the talk and the meetings they are having, oh, you're going to the front line, because it was a medical staff, it was a medical health center, and the government and call everyone who works in the health, and psychologists, nutritionists, and even veterinarians, because there is a doctors, so they even the veterinarians, they call everybody to They have to do a course, an online course, to know how to get in this situation. And the doctors who work with me, they said, okay, we are preparing to a war scene scenario. And then it was very hard to me this time, because I felt like I was betraying my country and betraying my friends, because they were my friends. We worked together, and I live more with them than with my families, because I work like 6, 7, 8 hours sometimes, and you have a story together, because it was in the last eight years of my life I worked with them. And so I know the family, I know who they are. This doctor and these nutritionals, even the secretary, I know their face, I know their family, I know
everything.
Yeah. And so this was so hard to me, because I felt sharing, in our part I was okay, because I was so grateful, because I was here and I was safe, and I can, in a country who's controlling, in a country whose the government, it was close everything and then do the right thing.
Yeah.
And for other time I just want to be there, and I was here and I wasn't there, because when I was here, just think, I'm betraying my friends, I'm betraying my country, I'm betraying, I'm not with them to pass through this. And I always thought if I was there, probably I have to rent another place to not put my family in dangers, or to bring the COVID with me. And now the situation, and this time it was very hard to me. Mm-hmm. In this moment, it was like, wow. The feelings was so hard inside of me. I was so worried, and I can't sleep for some days. And then I realized that I was in grief too, again. And this time it was important to me, and I have to find a way to put this feeling in somewhere. And one of my resources is dancing. So I one day I just say, okay, today I need to dance, and then I dance. And this day I started to cry, and then I cry, and okay, so this feeling has a place inside of me, and then they begin flow, because it was stuck. It was stuck, and like here in my throat, and nothing happened. And then and I was so worried, because before this job I work in favela, inside the favela, so I know that context. I know that scenario, and I know there's a lot of good people there. Yeah. And I just think, if the COVID get there, it was a tragic thing. Mm. And so I was so bad with myself. Yes, I'm feeling like betraying. It was crazy thing, because I was so grateful to be here and to be safe, and my family is safe too. Okay, I'm safe. My brother is safe. My mom's safe. My father is safe. Okay, it's okay. But on the other side, I just want to be there with them. I just want to do something for my country, and it was not possible.
Yeah. You mentioned some important point, if I can
sure
to highlight also, because it's one of the aim of this talk is, let's say, this expat grief, that is something that is normal, that more or less all expats go through, despite all the global situation. But in this process of letting go your previous life, your friends and family, of course, is not a real loss, but at the same time it is, because you're starting a new life, is a new birth, is a rebirth in another country, other friends and colleagues. So, and you had, let's say, you had this at the beginning, and then a few months right after this started. And again, the feeling you shared is something that also a lot of other people probably had in common, because especially when you work before in the health sector, but also people that know someone at the front line, they are so worried, they know what they will go into. And so then the other feeling is you feel so helpless, and you want to do something, but at the same time, in your case, you're doing something for your family here because here you are safe, you are protected, but you're not doing something there with your country and your ex-colleagues. And so it's a kind, you are like, you're stuck, as you mentioned, between these two home, between these two like roles that you play, and then you have to find something to like justify yourself, your choice, and also let it go, and do what you can do to help what you did. And I think also when you know some places, like in your case, the favelas is not just, also I'm from Lombardy, so I know, and I live in Torino, so when they're speaking about some places, they're not just places for me, they are like cities that I know, places that I know, and I think this is also getting even more emotional than just numbers or just places that can be risky. And it's not only your family, it's an area, a city, a town that you know, and you know will not be the same, or if they will be strongly, it can be high risky and complicated.
Yeah, and you know the situation, and you know it's not just what you saw in the movie, what you watch in the movie. It's not like this, no. You know the real thing it is. And so I entered, when I work in favela, I entered in a house. It was like 4 walls, so the 4 walls for a big family, and and I remember once a girl thought, today I hot water to take a shower, and I said, why? Because you don't have to, because they don't have the common shower, you know. And then you think, okay, wash your hands, but how to wash your hands if they live if they are homeless or living in bad situation, in this kind of situation. And I was into the favela, in 3 favelas in Rio and 1 in São Paulo, so I know a little bit this reality. And it was so hard to me because I know there is a good people living there, and you know, they said, it will be a disaster because one house is near the others, and you said you'll be a disaster, totally disaster, a lot of people will die. And this time you have to make a choice too. Because I realized that I'm not living here, and I wasn't there, and even can come back, you know. This time I didn't, and I think I have two grief together, because it was the one before I was leaving, and because I was find another person that we were talking all the time when.
Yes.
I think 1 week before it was just the
day before. The day before.
Yeah, the day before we went to the Wilma business, and then we talked about it to when you move to the country, it's like you feel free to be. It's a weird feeling because you arrive here, nobody knows you, so you can do whatever you want. Not that you cannot do this in another, our country. It's not like this, but it's totally different, the feeling. Yeah. So, okay, now I'm here, nobody knows me, so I can do everything. And it's a freedom feeling, but in the same, you die a little bit. You die that the person you were before. And now it's a new one. It's growing, it's raising. So you need to know who I am, who I want to be, or who I was. Yes. And all these feelings. It was so hard to me. It was so. It's a big feeling, I think. Yeah. And then. Came to so I was moving this feeling, and I was making networking, and went to the human business and to make it another network with the doulas here and other persons, and to find my place, to find the person who I want to be near, and to make these connections. Yes. Because for me it's important to be these connections. But I think to Brazil in general is this time we like a lot to do this kind of connections. And then I was studying these connections and trying to find myself and find my tribe and find the people. And then the quarantine came, and and so I need to, it was another moment for me, and then this both grief, because then I was thinking about the person who the people who work to me, because they participate of my life for the last 8 years. There is no nobody. There is no one photo of the nurse that I didn't know. Okay, I'm very compassionate with them. The doctor, no, but I know them.
You know that, yes.
I know them. They know me. I know their stories. They know my stories. You have a life together. We know what's going on that time.
Another place. Yeah. What you mentioned, just to give also to the people that are watching us, we had a talk on for one of the meeting on the women-owned small business in Malta, and the talk I gave was about like double absence, double present, and about the expat life in our international families, and we talk about that also, that yes, is a loss. So we lost something when we move, but sometimes in the new country we can also be a new person because we don't have maybe the social control, or we don't have some expectation on us. We can really be, and in your case, where you were in the process of your new person in a new country and building also network that in Malta, but in any other place, like important, and this happened. But maybe you can comment, because I think it's important. You were looking for like a support network in the beginning, and you found it in your community. It's something that is important also for the expat.
Yeah, I think it's important. When you decide to move to another country, I think it's very important. You started to think how this life I wanted to be, how this life, how the life I want. I think this is the important thing to and then I started to do the network and just to pay attention to someone, and a friend tell me about you, and then okay, so I stayed in contact with you, and I didn't talk to her about it. She didn't know, because okay, so it's okay, well, probably Viviana, it's a good networking to do, and so let's to a presentation myself. Okay, I'm this person, and can you take a cup of coffee and to talk a little bit, and then another. And I think it's important, and Facebook in this part, which was very good, because I just put on Facebook doulas in Malta, and then I found another doula, and then we connect with another one. And I think it's important. What I did, I took a list of the things that it was my interests, the things that I know how to do it, the things that I knew, my knowledge and other things, and then I put on Facebook to connect with this person. I say, okay, I need to know how these jobs and this work happen here, because probably it's totally different from Brazil. Like a doula in USA, I need to do a course there, and to get the certificate of them. Doesn't matter if I have
to explain a little bit what's who is the doula, and what do you and the associate or the group what you do?
Yeah, the doula is a person who supports the mom during the labor. She's not a midwife, and she's not competing with the midwives. I think this is important, because the midwife was dealing with the physical stuff, with the physical labor and the physical birth. The doula was to support the emotional mother during the birth. So she was worried if the mom if she's drinking water, if she wants to eat, or if she needs a massage to relieve the pain, and to help her, to encourage her to get the labor that she realized. And before of this, we are there to emotionally. This is our job. It's to support this mom during the labor, and a little bit before and after too, to emotionally to get the birth that she realized. Or if she doesn't get this, okay, is there to be there to support her.
Yeah. I think this is extremely important. We mentioned this before when we met, because now in these days, for a person who knows that she has to get in birth or like going to the hospital, know that there's someone that can support her emotionally, maybe alone, as you mentioned. I think it's important that you are there, and also on Facebook they can follow you, and
Yes.
the network of people in Malta speaking different languages that will help.
Yeah, and during the labor, you speak in your mother language. It doesn't matter if your English could be the best, but you want to speak in, because it's so instinctive. The things so the inside of you, so you speak the language. It's more easy for you. That the language that first became first.
Yes.
What is the language when you crash your car? Exactly. How do you express yourself? You talk about this too. Sometimes it's easier to express yourself, your feelings, in your mother language, because you know the right words and how to put these words. So if I talk this, and I know, and during the birth, during the labor, you're poor instinctive. The English, and this is a good thing, because when you are in a medical situation, as a birth or another surgery, as happened with you, it's very difficult to really understand what the doctor is talking to you, and to figure
too many. Yes.
And to figure out the real situation, how it's really dangerous or not. And sometimes seems that the let me think how to say that, seems you're not this is really bad, or this is not so bad, or how.
But you cannot understand properly, because there are too many emotions, and you're not focused, because it's involved.
And I think it's any medical stuff happen this. You try to express yourself, you try to express, and the doctor too, but sometimes this is not happening. And then I think this is very important to have someone to do this mediative, to do this part, because it's very important in this. In whole.
Yes, that's so true. Also, in my case, I had this emergency surgery like 2 years ago, and in Malta they are all super nice. But the fact that my doctor could also speak Italian, and he wanted to speak Italian with me, and I was so grateful, because I couldn't understand English, but at the same time having him speaking Italian with me was okay. So I'm really understanding what is going on, and he's also, I know that if I have any question that I cannot, because there are too many emotions, I cannot say in English, I can say in Italian, and he will get back to me with some answer. So that's extremely important. If there is someone again that can mediate, it is even better. There is also something else I would like to ask and you to tell us, because you mentioned the meat, and also the food is something that when you move abroad, it's something that especially for some culture like the Italian or I think also the Brazilian, there is something that maybe you will not have at the same that you had in Italy, or you're looking for. And in this case, the Brazilian community in Malta was useful for you for the pão de queijo.
Yes. No, when you are talking about the networking here, and then, but I think it's very important you have to network of your expats here. I think this is very important too. And before I came to here, I looked at Facebook, Brazilian Malta, and there is a community, and then we talk. And one day I wanna ask about the schools, how work is, and the pedagogy. I don't know the learning school, the theory, and then once we have a group of mothers, just mothers in Brazilian mothers in Malta, and then I got in this group at WhatsApp. And it was the best thing. I'm so grateful for them, because when I arrived, my daughter, she was sick. We came during the flight. She had a virus, and she was vomiting and diarrhea. And then I was here in a new country, and I didn't know nobody, nothing. And I sent the message, and they said, okay, go to that clinic. This clinic is it's good. And then. And they gave me the way. the path, how to
you were that mediator to help you to adjust in the new country and find the right.
Yeah, and then my daughter just too, because I think she's like a homesick too because of this change, and she just asked for pão de queijo. It's a Brazilian bread. It's a kind of bread. It's not a bread, but and I said, okay, I know how to do pão de queijo, but I don't know if I can find the ingredients, the right ingredients. And then I sent to the message, please help me. Where can I find this and this kind of flour? And they give me the way. Okay, you can go to this part, and then you find it. And this is very this is how can I say? This is so good because say, okay, this is some a Brazilian food. This is some comfort food.
Yes, exactly.
For me, it's a comfort. Yes. And when there's happening in quarantine, it's like, okay, I'm home. Okay, this I know, and my daughter ate and until she wants it. It's okay. And okay, and during the quarantine, I want a coxinha. It's another kind of Brazilian food. And then I sent to the message during the quarantine, okay, do you know who knows to do this? And said yes. And then I made coxinha at home because at the quarantine, I felt a lot in the beginning. It's in the beginning. This to looking for a comfort food, to comfort my grief. Yes. For me, it was important to, and also I saw the feijoada. It's another Brazilian food, and I said, I wanted this. Oh, I just wanted that kind of food because it was. Everybody knows during the quarantine, everybody's eating a little bit more, and there is a psychology explanation. And it's normal. It's okay. But in this time, I think when you start, you're looking for some
flavor of home also. Comfort.
Yeah.
Yes. When Brigadeiros just send me one.
It's okay. Oh, okay.
Chocolate cookie. Okay, so and so we already, I think, speak a little bit about the resources, but you will find you found, let's say, some also internal resources and also external resources to face.
The external resource, which was to dance, because I used to dance in Brazil, and then I started to dance, and I started to watch the teachers and Brazilian teachers, and then do this because now there is live for everyone, so you can do it. I don't know here, but in Brazilian community there is a lot of lives at Instagram, so I put that, and then this make me feel because to move my body, and this is it. I advise for everyone to move your body, because to move your body you produce a lot of hormones, and then you can put your feelings to outside. They come out.
Yes.
It's hormone stuff, but and it's necessary.
Yes.
It's necessary to do this difference between when you're not feeling good, you're not feeling you
feel good. Yes.
So I started to move my body and to do gym and and this is one of stuff. Then another day, and the food, the comfort food, to find a place or to you yourself can prepare some comfort food.
Yes.
I think it's a good thing too. Another thing that other day I put some music, so for my teenagers, my teenager, the other time. And I started to feel that the Brazilian music, and it's so good to me too. So this is
good to me. I'm doing the same.
And to put that music and started you fly. You just fly, and then okay, and now I'm full again. Because I think even for the mothers with mom. The kids are suffering it too. It's sure, because it's locked and doesn't understand already the necessary to be in lock. And there's not a lot of energy, and so, and then you need your fuel has to be full. And not
Yes, otherwise you cannot support them. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to support them. So you have to be full. And then how are you doing this? How you are taking care of this? Or you can, okay, yesterday I watched a movie because a sad movie, okay, but it was like, oh, this is comfort me. So I think you need to find out the way to comfort yourself. Yeah, because you cannot outside and you cannot to be there and
Yes.
to the partners, to the couple. I heard a lot the people say, oh, I don't know if I will be divorced after the time. Yeah, because as I listen on psychology in Brazil, he said, now is the time, or you look to yourself, to inside of yourself, or you look to the wall. You don't have the way to escape, because during the normal life you and your partner go to work and the kids and there is all this stuff and all this, and now all the problems that you have, you don't want to look at and to see. Yes. Now you have to see. You have to see this and try to
and
to fix this.
To fix this in case. But tell me also, like, okay, for your partner, it's not the first migration; it's the second migration, and so this was kind of helpful for you, like sharing at least.
No, it's easy because yesterday he said to me, I don't know what you are talking about, grief and all this stuff. I didn't feel like this. And I said, okay, I think something like this. Okay, I respect you. Can you respect me? Because you are different. And yeah, it's not, but he said it's not this, but other day, he made empanadas. It's Argentine food. But he said, no, I don't understand what you are talking about it. I said, you are suffering, everybody's suffering, but I don't see this. It's okay. But to live with someone who already expatriated makes you feel comfortable in some way. Like today, we need to call in a house meet. I forgot. And then I said, no, you call, because I don't understand when much is speaking English in the phone. It's not, and my English is not so good too. So the conversation is not so well. You don't understand. And he understands.
And so you can add, yes.
This time, because, and I remember in Brazil, he said, you call, talk to you, because they don't understand me. I said, no, but you're speaking Portuguese. No, but they don't understand me. Please call you. And I was so pissed because, why you can call to the delivery and ask a pizza? And he said, no, they don't understand. You don't understand. And now
yes. Now you can understand.
Now I understand, because they don't understand me. So
exactly.
That's a problem.
That's good. You can relate. Good. We're almost at the end, so then you can go back to your beautiful kid. So now at the end it is a message. If you want to send a message to your country in Portuguese, I also put my Brazilian here.
Yes, so beautiful one.
So feel free to send a message to
Ok, so para os brasileiros, o que eu tenho para falar é que não estamos todos no mesmo barco, porque cada um tem uma vida, mas a gente está todo mundo na mesma tempestade e ninguém está sozinho. Estamos juntos e vamos tentar passar por essa fase juntos. Não vai ser fácil, não vai ser rápido, infelizmente, mas é possível. É todo mundo junto e eu sei que os brasileiros são capazes disso. Eles têm essa possibilidade. E é isso. And that is it.
Tá bom, muito obrigada.
Eu que agradeço.
Thank you, Livia. Thank you also for all the people who follow the live. Again, if you want to be our next guest, get in touch. And have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye, Livia. Bye. Bye.
Filha, dá tchau.
Ciao.